Good morning, Central Florida. Hello, and welcome back to the Bruce Wayne Show. Hello, and how you doing, Central Florida? How is everybody out there? This is a new show, Central Florida. This is the Bruce Wayne Show. This is the holiday jam for you, baby. Glad all of you are able to tune in and arrive alive. I hope you're doing good today on this MLK celebration weekend. Yes, Central Florida, we've had a lot of things going on this first of the year, this month of January. But don't worry, it's going to be okay. It's going to work out with this new president we got. Things are going to get better. They're looking up for us, baby. They're looking up for us, especially you out there that want to make more money for yourself. But you got to remember one thing. The Jungle Book. Lion, tigers, and bears. This is a jungle, baby, that you got to run through, just like the Jungle Book. You know, you're just like the little child that's left out there. And he's got to navigate his way through the jungle. That's what the Jungle Book is. Lion, tigers, and bears. We got orangutans. We got gorillas. We've got elephants. We've got rhinos out there. We even got a lion they're looking for right now by the name of Keith Lloyd. But you got to remember, lions have teeth and claws. You got to be prepared when you come in to bag a lion. You know, you might need a monkey with some coconuts. Huh? I'm just wanting to say, so you got to pay attention to some of the things your grandmama is telling you. Wake up, baby. Pay attention. This is a Bruce Wayne Show. Bruce Wayne, 23234. Bruce Williams, 23234 at gmail.com. If you got any comments for the Bruce Wayne Show, if you like to make any donations to the Bruce Wayne Show, it's P.O. Box 990, Orlando, Florida, 32805. That's for you and Coco, Tallahassee, Florida. The Peterson Clan, 4th Avenue Projects, Distance Street, Fern Street, Coco, Gainesville, you know, the Donaldson Clan. If you need a nice towel job done, check out Towel Tactics. They do some wonderful jobs on your towel, on your bathroom. They're doing a motel right now, so check them out and tell them you heard about them on the Bruce Wayne Show. Better yet, if you're downtown drinking, check out Big Belly's. Big Belly's Custom Beer. Look for the old wooden keg if you can find Big Belly's. Big Belly is just not for the fat, the fat breeze. It's not just for them. It's not just for the ugly fat bastard. It's not just for him. It's not just for the man with the mojo. You know what Beyonce? It's not just for him. Check out Big Belly's. Just look for the brown keg. Big Belly's imported beer. Go down there and tell them Bruce Wayne sent you. This is your grandmama radio show. Now back to the lion. Yeah, we got the lion trapped. He's trapped in the storage. Yes, he's trapped in the storage. Remember the movie? The lion, the lion, the mighty king is gone. The witch is dead. Well, we know. The state trooper, Dean, you got to stay on him. Dean, you know who you are, Dean. Do your job, state trooper, because we know you got that lion in the bag. Let's just face it, you got him in the bag, state trooper, and that's who is gonna that is who's going to sharpen and trim back them lion claws. Yes, and what's wrong with bagging a lion alive? There's nothing wrong with that. because we have to put them back in the cage where the lion doesn't want them to be, see? Lion tamers. Lion tamers. That's right. Then we got to get our education right. We've got to come up this year instead of looking like a bunch of dummies. Look at Macy's. They got smart. They streamlined like a lot of other big businesses has got to do. You're going to have to streamline across the board because things aren't looking too good in 2017. Especially when you might have Satan coming around the corner. A lot of you don't believe in Satan, just like you don't believe in fairy tales or the Jungle Book. You just don't want to believe. See, you got to wake up. But you just don't want to believe that you can be caught. There is a higher power than you. So you're going to have to realize that we got a new sheriff in town. He could be Satan. But if we ever was to lay eyes on him, would he be broke? Is Satan going to try to take the highest seat in the land with just a couple pennies? With a couple $1,000s? No, he's going to have some loan money. Some loan money. You ain't heard first from your grandmama. He's going to have, and if he's got some 4 horsemen, they're going to have money just as long as his. Because he's the opponent. He's your foe. He's the one that's taking you out, baby, like a roaring lion seeking to devour whoever he can. Like that guy in the storage container. And what happened with all these community networks like Crime Line? How can you get a tip or tip out if you don't even pick up your phone? You got to convey it. So you got to realize, you got to open up your eyes and you got to open up your mind. See? You got to look. It takes a community to raise a child. Look at this baby 4 years old that's able to read 1,000 books. And they made her a librarian for one day. They need to give this baby a scholarship because she's on her way. She just may be the next Michelle Obama. Work it. You got to work it. And Michelle Obama definitely did that. But we all are going to have to use our head, our intelligence, and our physical capability. Young people out there, you're going to have to put down the drugs, see? This aesthetic designers like the K2 that you might want to smoke instead of some marijuana. You prefer some diesel fuel poured over some leaves, and let me shake it around in a jug and tell you, baby, you can pass a drug test with this. Yeah, you're going to pass a drug test, but after you get done, you might not be able to wake up because you done smoked some diesel fuel on a leaf. So while you're dieseling down your lungs and the little brain waves you got left, remember Bruce Wayne. Remember what your grandmama told you. Stick to what's already there, baby, like Cisco or something like that. Don't come here with these new designer ideas and talking about you're doing it. You're following the group. Well, following the group is going to get you locked up in a coop. Remember what Bruce Wayne told you in his last show. Wet foot, dry foot. Well, now, they don't want wet foot, dry foot. Every time Bruce Wayne, your grandmama tell you about something, they coming along and they cutting it off. Did you see that, baby? Do you see that? Your grandmama must have knew something. Now, Cuba, I don't have nothing against you, Cuba. Nothing at all. I don't think Obama had anything against you until they took down his plan. So Obama was like, well, no wet foot, dry foot. I don't know about Haiti, but Haiti, you're looking pretty good now. I don't know if you ever had a wet foot, dry foot for Haiti. But Haiti, you're coming in. You are coming in. But you got to get past a couple great whites. I don't want to be on your... Hey, let me just shake your hand and just say welcome to America if you can get here. That's all I'm going to say. You heard it first on the Bruce Wayne Show. This is your grandmama radio show. We're just going to try to bring you in. We're going to try to take a deep breath and bring you in. And some of us citizens out here, we might need some bulletproof vests. Stop walking around and going down without a fight. At least go buy your $15, $25 bulletproof vest from your local Army Navy store. Well, if you would have had one at the airport, which you can board a flight with it instead of your 45, you might have been able to make it back home to Waukuga, Wisconsin, Oshkosh, or wherever you are from. You've been living a pretty good life in your own retirement just to come to Fort Lauderdale, where everyone wants to. Seems like Florida is the place to want to go in the jungle now. Florida is the home of the jungle, but I just swear, from my grandmama. My grandmama's been telling me this stuff. Why would an orangutan, or better yet, who was this guy? Let's just call him a young Mustang. But this Mustang, he's tired up and he's tired in the snow. He's rained down and he's worried. Things are just not going right for the young Mustang. So he decides to buck, kick out of his stable, kick out of the way things are settled, and just go wild. Turned it to a wild just bumped his way on down. Want to migrate a little bit to a warm area and just take it out. Just let it explode with his weapon on everyone. Now the news is more concerned about Santiago instead of the 5 people he shot. What is going on, America? We're more concerned about the terrorists, just like I was trying to tell Bubba, who was just trying to pay his child support to get down. But he didn't want to listen to Bruce Wayne show because they're there. It was right there, Bubba, right behind you while you were busy on your iPhone. And you was worried about paying your child support, but you didn't see the terrorists come into the Fort Lauderdale airport. And where was security, Bubba? Me and Bubba want to know where was security, but it's just like I said, Bubba. Security is going the other way. We need to hire people that's going to be in the trenches when we are talking about jobs where people's lives are on the line. We don't want Mr. Cookie Cutter that don't have no felonies. He don't have no misdemeanors. Has he ever even gotten a fight? How is he going to protect me? He sees somebody come on in there with a steel barrel, he's going the other way with the barrel and bulletproof vest. Well, he might as well let me have the gun and the bulletproof vest. I could at least save 3 of us. Instead of shielding the body with my body does not have no protection. It's just like theirs. I don't think it's going to stop an AK-7 round, do you? What is going on, America? And how come all of these terrorists seem to be on the watch list? And now we want to repeal, we don't want the automatics now, but all of a sudden everybody's rushing to get them an AR-15 or a Mac-11 or, a M1, something where we can take care of some business. But I think we're a little late. The terrorists already has their guns to take care of our ass. So where are we? I think we're a little behind. So maybe we too need bulletproof vests. I'm just saying. Are you going to get shot for wearing one? I don't know. But at least you'll have some protection when you're in Pine Hills. Or if you happen to be sitting in your car in Crime Hills with a bulletproof vest, you might be looking a little bit better, baby. You know what I mean? And when you're on the scene with these police officers, if it looks suspicious, then it is suspicious. There's just all to it. don't be scared to interact. Don't be scared to ask questions first before you open up. And when you're pulling over someone, are we concerned about the passenger? Or are we concerned about the driver? Well, the driver can have the focus taken off of them when the focus is supposed to be on the operator of the vehicle. That's who we are supposed to be focusing on, not the passenger. The passenger is supposed to have rights. But now we could easily solve that by just taking the passenger out the car while we talk to the driver. Simple one-on-one protocol. One-on-one protocol. Well, Barnaby Jones can teach you that one. Okay? Or take a note from Cannon. Cannon was a big man, but he sure slap you down, knock you out. But how many times did Cannon had to display his gun? And then Columbo would have been caught, Mark Keith. But you didn't use Columbo. You didn't want to use Columbo, but you got him, Columbo. See, Columbo is going to take in the facts, and he's going to set the individuals down, and he's going to compare the story. Oh, yeah. Without biting into a Slim Jim. Oh, yeah. So we got to get to the basics of things instead of letting the basics get over us in the Jungle Book. We know a panther when we see one. We know the tigers over there when we see them, and we know the elephants always nosy and wanting to be in everything and don't forget anything. But how come he's always telling lies? Lies and more lies, like Satan and the Billionaire Boys Club. Well, we know one thing, China. China might be looking at a big bruise under the eye. Because here you have an economic strait that you want to put Gatling guns in and Gatling tire. Something like a Kim Jong-un move. Kim Jong-un wants to starve the whole country while we're trying to make an intercontinental ballistic missile that we can sling like David and Goliath and hope that it hits New York City. I hope we can get it into Manhattan. Oh, the United States said, well, we wouldn't even try to shoot it down. We'll just try to see how many miles it can go up in the sky. But what goes up, you understand, must come down. So, if he can get that rocket up there high enough, can we see through the clouds to know where it's going to come down at? And then what about the meteor that came the first of the year? Did anyone see it? Probably not. But we've got meteors out there, people traveling pretty fast too. Right along with the Santiagos with their weapons and the Marquis Lloyds. But it all has to come to an end in the closing. Just like Israel wants to take all of the things that their cousins have, the Palestinians. Well, they had a peace agreement. I don't know if it was 7 years. But then you can go right back to Nostradamus. 7 years of peace and still no peace. Was that with Clinton? The Clinton and Bush era? When we kept going to Camp David? over and over again, and we're coming away from Camp David, and we're not getting nowhere. But we got a Netanyahu nutcase that wants to be the biggest nuts on the block. Netanyahu won't listen to nothing. Just like old rule. Try arguing with a 70-year-old man and see how far you're gonna get. Number one, he's already set in his ways. He's already seen everything come and everything go. So he's not trying to hear nothing new. He's not trying to bring in no new ideas. No, it's his way or the highway. Just like the highway patrol, baby. Come on, you heard it first on the Bruce Wayne Show. Let's sharpen in. Let's listen a little bit closer, shall we? Just like China. You want to go and make your land grab just like Russia did with Crimea. Well, you know, they say the United States did the same thing with Iraq and Afghanistan. Did we even have Oxycontins? We had Oxycontins, but did we even have Roxys before we went into Afghanistan? I don't think we did. We might have made some of these pills up to get half of the nation $58 million addicted because of some of the heroin we might have been smuggling out of Afghanistan. And then if you understand, Afghanistan is one of the richest untapped resources in the world. The whole country of Afghanistan could run a third of the world's market for a long time. So, that might be why a lot of people was over there trying to make deals and land grabs, etc., etc., just like Iraq. How come it's always confusion? How come you got people of the same color, same blood, but they can't seem to get their money right? And they have something called the African National Congress that's over them. They have a system just like ours, and so does Iran. On top of that, they have a 3-tier system that's even better than ours when it comes to dealing with their own brothers. But yet, most Americans have never heard of the African National Congress, nor have they heard of the Ba'ath Party. The Ba'ath Party, which originated in Iran. That's who supported Saddam Hussein. But Saddam Hussein was in Iraq. So how is he getting support from Iran? Very good question. But once again, Americans are not up on stuff like that, because we don't pay attention to the important things. Like, you give a guy $14 to flip a burger. How much are you going to give the mechanic that's going to fix your car? You're going to give him $14 an hour too? Well, guess what? Somebody's going to be in trouble. I guess the doctor is going to be the one making the most money. Well, there you go. Obama health care plan. And then, what about the DREAM Act? Well, all these illegal immigrants would have needed health care insurance, 11 million or so. So that could have financed a lot of insurance company and financed a whole lot of democracy. Well, 600 million could finance a whole lot of democracy. So where are we, folks? Where are we in the Jungle Book? Where is the little boy from the village that's surrounded by all these animals? Is that really what it's boiled down to? Are we all in the jungle? Are we all under surveillance? Are we all in danger? Because we got to make sure we make it through the jungle. We got to make sure that the tiger is not hunting us and the lion is not hunting us. And we got to make sure we're not hanging out with a bunch of gorillas. And we got to make sure we ain't deceived by the monkey all the time. And the boa constrictor and the python. We got to remember, we can't be led with the gazelles and the gangs and the vermins. We're not running with the antelopes and the bison. We ain't got the alligator arms like the rest of the insurance companies. We're not doing Geico type of things. I fill in here, and let me see if I can blend in here, and let me see if I can blend in over there. What we gotta be is who we are. Kim Jong. Are you righteous or are you unrighteous? Are you evil or are you good? Are you gonna get mad and want to go shoot up the Fort Lauderdale airport? Are you gonna get mad and want to go do the Boston Marathon? Are you gonna get mad and want to go to the next Post Club? Are you... Wait a minute. We can ban some of these things. We could ban some of these things, but if we ban some of these things, guess what? The criminals still gonna have some of these things. Well, they're right. They even got knives in prisons now because there's something else going on in the prisons. They're on something else. We don't know what they're on. But let me put something out to you. In a state of emergency, if you are a prison inmate, you can be killed in a state of emergency. So you jitterbugs out there, it might not be a prime thing to look forward to be a prisoner because you could be executed at any given time. All because of some type of bad luck, buddy, or some type of unhappy ending. But you know, we got to look and see what road we've been taking down. Just like it's kind of funny how Trump said way back in the 80s that if he ran for president, he would probably pick the Republican Party because they would be the only ones he could trick into listening to him. And it could be the case of a businessman that just they didn't want to let him in. Might have never liked him just because he wasn't in the group. But now he's in the group and he's got friends and it's payback time. So he can set this policy and he can set the policies for the guys that were trying to do what he was doing. And he was getting stopped every single time. You heard it first on the Bruce Wayne Show. This is your grandmama radio show. Y'all go out to your local Walmart. Check out the savings. 20% off. They got 30% off. They got 50% off. Tell them you heard it first on the Bruce Wayne Show. Peace. Peace out to all you out there endorsing me. Check out the Holiday Jam. Check out Making America Great Again. We got a new artist coming out named Quentin. The song called Happy Ending. Written by myself, Bruce Wayne. Peace.